Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to Learn English with Teachify. Yay!
Hello.
Okay, Mickey, I like it. The excitement, the enthusiasm, and Will is over there um,
I don't
doing
know what
something,
Will's
but I'm
doing.
not sure what he's doing.
I'm trying to get the fireworks. Everything's broken now. You know what? It doesn't matter. Hi
Um,
guys.
Will, are
Well,
you
you
okay?
sound very enthusiastic, Will. Did you not want to be doing this?
I'm just we've just done the Instagram live and it's drained all of my energy. Yeah, but here I am. Anyway, come on, Apple.
Does mine work?
I mean,
No,
it's not good when
we've
even
lost it.
Apple isn't working.
Oh
We've
no, don't
lost it.
say that.
Oh
Oh
my
dear.
Lordy Lord.
Uh, So anyway, first things first, let's just go over some of the things that we've been doing this week. Mickey, tell us about your week. You've had a bit of an interesting week, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I was in France because when not
Why
because
not?
as
Why not?
because as you two know, that's not even French, by the way. That is Spanish, like a word mixed in there. Yeah, I was in France because, as you both know, we have an office in France as well. And we have French clients, so I was there for the week doing some work and catching up with our partner, Marine, and just kind of organizing a few things and planning for the future and what we would like to do. So that was quite nice. I managed to see Spain versus France. Spain obviously knocking out France. So I watched that with French people, which was a delight, just to see them crying and going to bed early. Um, and that was it. And then I came back to Spain, and then I watched Spain versus who was it we played the other day? I was so drunk, I forgot now.
England, Holland.
England, Holland. Oh yeah, England, Holland. Yeah, we watched England, Holland as well. That was it. Yeah. So that's been my week, really. Football, working, and football.
Hey, excellent. It sounds like a good week. Will, how about yours? What have you been up to?
My week has been extremely exciting because I have been playing around with the new Teachify artificial intelligence application that we're launching in September.
Woo,
Woo!
woo, woo.
Now, honestly, in playing around with it, it's not actually that fun. It's actually very frustrating and quite honestly, it brings on panic attacks and acute episodes of rage. But apart from that, it's exciting because when it does finally launch, language academies, watch out. All right.
Okay. It
And
sounds like, Will, you're turning into some kind of programmer.
I honestly, Lewis, I think I've always been a programmer. Yeah, just programming the steps I take in life, you
You're a bit
know?
of a geek, aren't you, Will? That's the thing. I think that's what Lewis is alluding to there, is that you are a proper geek.
Hey, I bought some Beats headphones. I stick them on and I just enter into the world of the computer. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's been all right. Yeah, I have to
Lewis,
say.
how are you? What's new your end?
Well, it feels like every time we're recording, we're always speaking about being poorly. Because this week I've had COVID. I thought it didn't exist anymore, but unfortunately it does. But it's all right. I've been working, preparing some PowerPoints. I've been doing the usual, saying goodbye to some students for the summer as well, because at the end of our courses in June and July, usually people take a break over summer. I've been finishing off some of the final courses, which is always quite nice and quite emotional when you're like, so it's been a pleasure over the last 9 months, 12 months. You've really come so far. You've learned so much. Enjoy your summer speaking English with loads of people, and I'll see you after summer. So, yeah, it's been nice, rewarding, but I've been a little bit poorly.
Mm. Bit of man flu, Lewis, it sounds like.
Basically, that's what it is. And I just wanted to go back to Will being a geek because, as he mentioned, we recorded a live on Instagram just before doing this. And towards the end, Will was talking about the fact that he had taken up magic during the pandemic. And he showed us a couple of magic tricks, which were really cool. So check out that live. But the way that he showed us it is that he got a chess book from from his shelf and inside the chess book there was some kind of magic trick. So
Oh,
this
no.
is really doubling down on the fact that Will is a real geek inside.
Yeah. I remember when you used to do magic tricks just in the meetings with a pack of cards. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
the card tricks.
yeah. And hey, I could say it was in the pandemic. You could just sit and do nothing or sit and learn a new skill. I decided to learn magic because you could do it whilst watching the TV. And hey, I learned a couple of things. That's all.
Nice.
Chess.
Oh, it's awesome.
Lewis, what
Now,
is the topic for today? What are we going to be doing and what are we going to be teaching all of our amazing listeners?
so, of course, now we're just having a little bit of small talk, which is a great way of starting any kind of meeting, presentation. It's really vital for business English. And today we're going to be focusing on something else which is really useful for business English, and it is acronyms. Because there are lots of different acronyms in business English, and some people might use the acronyms without actually knowing what they stand for. Nice phrasal verb. To stand for is to mean. So, for example, ASAP, ASAP stands for as soon as possible. Today, we're going to go over 10 different business English acronyms. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get the ball rolling. And Mickey, I'm going to come to you first. What does ROI stand for?
This one, Lewis, stands for return on investment. And I wrote a blog about this recently on the return on investment in language courses for companies on LinkedIn. So if you don't follow us, check it out. There's a newsletter. And I talk all about the return on investment and how amazing we are.
Awesome. Tell us more about return on investment and this blog. Go into more detail.
Yeah, well, I think it's one of these things with language courses, especially in corporate training, is quite difficult to measure the return on investments that the companies make for their employees because there's various factors that they have English or language training. Sometimes it's because they have clients and they need to speak in English. Sometimes they use it as a perk for employees to retain the talent of their employees. So sometimes it's difficult to measure that. Which is why at Teachify, we've obviously taken a lot of measures so clients can clearly see the progression of the students and how they're evolving with the language, which is why we can indicate and clearly show that their investment is generating a return for them as a company. So yeah, it's quite an important one, actually. It's used quite a lot. You see it a lot on LinkedIn. Obviously, I love LinkedIn. I can see you guys laughing because I'm always hounding you to be on LinkedIn. Yeah, that's what it means. ROI, return on investment.
Fantastic. Awesome. Good to hear. And pronunciation, remember, it is LinkedIn and not LinkedIn. So LinkedIn. Good. 1 point for Mickey. Well done. Now let's move on. Will, KPI. What does it stand for?
Oh, my lordy lord. What is KPI? I'm not going to tell that story again, Lewis. I've already done that. KPI is something very important for all companies, is a key performance indicator. And it is basically an objective way for companies to manage the performance or progress of their staff. So depending on the different positions, you have qualitative work and quantitative work. They go for purely, they want to know how many phone calls you're making. So maybe you need to make 20 phone calls in a week and they see that you're only doing 15, then you're not reaching your KPIs. And that way they can objectively see if you're performing at the right level. They have an indication of your performance. Key.
Wow. Wow.
I feel like you prepared that. Did you write that down?
No, I just did the Instagram live and it came up. But honestly, I explained it equally as well in the Instagram live. I just know.
Will likes to complain about teaching and explaining things, but in the end, he's got that in his locker. He's got that up his sleeve.
He does. He can pull it out of the bag whenever he wants.
Exactly. So
Sure can.
Bravo.
Lewis, you've been awfully quiet about these, so if you want, I can throw one at you.
No.
Go on then. We'll go for these. We'll go for the easy ones. B2B and B2C. So
Oh no, that accent.
B2 well, there was no accent. B2B, B2C.
Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know what accent that was, but B2B, written with B and then the number 2, and then B, and B2C is again B at the number 2 and C. And B2B stands for business to business, and B2C stands for business to client or business to customer.
I'm going to question you, Lewis. What is
Go on.
Teachify? Is it B2B or B2C?
It's a little bit of both. I'd say that the 80–90% of our income and revenue and the clients are businesses. And that's what we really focus on as we move forward, because we try to sell English classes to businesses. And then these businesses can organize the workers that they have who wants to sign up for classes. And then we get started with the courses, the material, all of this stuff. But at the same time, we have a booking system. And through the booking system, we can have people from all over the world who stumble across us on social media, or perhaps they find us on Google and they have a look at our website, and then they can buy a package of classes and they can book their classes whenever they want. So Teachify is both a B2B company and a B2C company. A B2B, when a business is selling to a business. B2C, when a business is selling to the customers. Good.
Perfect.
Thank God you asked me that question, because that one's the easy one.
I was feeling nice.
Yeah, I know, so generous. Okay, my turn. Mickey, over to you. What does R&D stand for?
Yeah, so R&D stands for, means research and development. We don't actually have an R&D department at Teachify, but a lot of our clients do. And yeah, I guess they research and develop new products and services for the future. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
So good.
I know. Do you know what? Sometimes you just need to get to the point, you know? No beating around the bush. It is what it is, and it does what it says on the tin, which is research and development.
It does. It's good, yeah.
I guess this is very important for big tech companies and like AI companies as well. They constantly need to be researching, investigating, innovating, and trying to develop new software or product. You're always trying to focus and invest in R&D, research and development.
Do you want me to give Will one? I'm going to give Will one.
Go on. The floor is yours.
I'm going to give you one. What does IPO stand for?
I knew you were going to through this one. So I know.
I think you know this.
I know that it stands for initial public offering, but in terms of what it actually is, okay, this is before I look at the definition. And I believe it's when a private company decides to go public and starts offering the shares to the public.
Yeah,
I believe that it's that process, but I don't know. And now I have to scroll. I don't know. Mickey?
I just like to watch Will suffer a little bit, so I'm just going to hang in there for a little bit longer.
Oh, we don't have it here.
Oh no, what a surprise. Who gave you that one? Yeah, so that's right. Yeah, so basically when a company's private and it decides to go public and they have an offering of the shares at the launch of it. So people can obviously buy the shares and then it's on the stock exchange, depending if it's in, depending if it's in Europe or it's in the States. And then you can invest in the company and their shares.
Will, are you proud of yourself?
I'm quite proud, actually, yeah, because I wasn't sure that I knew what the thing, like the actual words were, but I didn't know exactly what it meant. I didn't know whether it was but it doesn't matter now. I got it right, so not gonna speak anymore. Uh,
Right.
yeah. Okay, Lewis, I won't do the same as what Mickey did and offer you a difficult one.
Okay.
But something that I think is definitely
It's the one I hate, isn't it? I think.
no, I don't think so. No, you know what, Lewis? We'll go with an easy one. We're gonna go with SEM. No, we're not. We're gonna go with
I was
SEO.
like, what?
SEO. All right, we'll go with SEO. And if you're feeling spicy, do it SEM later.
Okay, perfect. I have no idea what SEM is, but I do know what SEO is. And that is search engine optimization. And this is a big business at the moment and has been for the last, I'd say, 5 years or so.
Maybe more, right? Like since
Yeah,
Google and ranking and positioning, it's been huge.
yeah, maybe the last decade, I guess. But search engine optimization is how you use different keywords and links and how your website is related to others to position itself highly when you search for different things on Google. So let's say I search for English classes on Google, then if you appear as the number one, your SEO is impeccable. It's perfect because you are being highly rated by search engines, in particular Google. So there are many people who work with this by making blogs and doing copywriting and stuff like that. And as I was explaining in the live earlier, some people confuse this pronunciation with Mickey's role at Teachify. So he is the CEO, and of course, we try hard to make sure that our website incorporates lots of SEO. And Will also mentioned another pronunciation little trick that many Spanish speakers make because they often say "tail," like they don't pause between each letter. They say "tail" or CEO. So in English, we always need to make sure that we say it one at a time. CEO is the big boss of a company, and SEO is search engine optimization.
That was beautiful, man. That was really nice.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
good vibes only.
Hey, look, I think if you do a good job, you should get noticed. And Lewis, that was brilliant.
Oh, thanks.
Just saying it.
Okay, we need to call it a day and wrap up in a minute, but let's just quickly go over the meanings of the other ones without going into too much detail. So CRM. Mickey, what does it stand for?
So this is customer relationship managing. This is what we actually use this with Teach. I think every company uses it now, especially when you're dealing with multiple clients, either existing or new clients. It's a way to basically track what you're doing with the clients, where you are they existing client, how is their journey going with us as a client, if they're potential new clients, what's the communication been like, what has their needs analysis been, how do we fit with our services. So it's quite a useful tool, and I think actually most companies now, big or small, use some type of CRM system. Yeah.
And Will, what about SaaS? What does SaaS stand for?
That's what it means to me. Yeah, SaaS or SaaS is software as a service. My God, there's a lot of S sounds in there. Software as a service. So a SaaS business is not necessarily selling people or what people can do or a physical product. Not now anyway.
Oh yeah.
It's coming. But selling software. So for example, let's say CRM, people who know pages like HubSpot, they sell a software and that is their product. So a SaaS company, software as a service, is when they sell a software as their product rather than something more tangible. Yeah.
And last but not least, we should just go over P&L, which is your profit and loss page? I think people just say P&L. It is your profit and loss, which contains all of the key information for your finances, for your incomings and your outgoings. In other words, your revenue and your expenses. And it goes over all of the vital information in terms of finance for a company.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
So
there
good.
we go. So thank you, Will. Thank you, Mickey. Let's call it a day. I hope you guys found this useful and learned some new business expressions and acronyms. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Oh,
well done
sorry.
on England.
Hang on. Whoa. What do you want, Will?
I was just going to say, well done. We haven't spoken about this, but obviously England won the Euro Cup, so we should celebrate that, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's a big mistake you're making there. Have
You guys have no faith.
You're tempting fate. You're tempting fate.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
If this does come out and we have won, it's going to be amazing. Just going to say.
Awesome. Thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.